Hello and welcome to this Complete Beginners series. My name's Martin, and in most of my videos so far, I have covered more advanced techniques in Blender to realise various character designs like the ones you see here. In this series, we will cover the fundamentals of using Blender to create objects for 3D print. A patron of mine had a great idea to outline the creation of the armature poser, and I thought, as this is the collection of objects I use as the foundation for all the characters I have created so far, it would be a great beginner topic to build upon. After we have created this armature, we will be armed with basic knowledge of Blender to continue on and create our own characters. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. First off, we will need to install the Blender program. I have installed Blender 3.0.1 here, the latest stable release. Check out the description for where you can get the program. Once installed, you should be faced with a screen just like this one. Don't be intimidated, we will only need a portion of this software to build our armature. Try holding the middle mouse button to rotate around the cube. Then try holding Shift, middle click to pan around. Then hold the Control and middle click and move the mouse up and down to zoom in and out. If you get lost at any point, hit the Home key to center yourself to the objects on the scene. We won't be needing any of these objects, so hit A, then Delete, to select all and remove them from the scene. Then, by hitting Shift and A, we can add new objects. Go to Mesh, then UV Sphere, and you will see a sphere has been added to the screen. Try hitting G and moving the mouse. This object will now move around the screen. Hitting Escape will stop the movement and send the object back to its starting position. But if we hit the Z key, the object will now follow that axis. Moving the object upwards and hit Enter when you reach a position similar to mine. This can be our chest. Hit the S key and then Z key to scale on the Z axis, moving the mouse left and right to increase and decrease the size. Once you have a size like mine, hit Enter to accept it. Hit Shift A and choose Mesh UV Sphere again, then G and Z to move the head up into position. Shift A again and choose a cylinder for the neck, G and Z to move this too. Then hit S, move the mouse until you have a size like mine. Select the head by left clicking it and hit Shift and D to duplicate this object. Now you are moving it around with the mouse. Hit the Shift and Y keys to only move on the X and Z axis. This will be our shoulder. When in position, use S to scale, duplicate the neck using Shift D and move this into position just like the shoulder. Hit the R key once in position, then Y to rotate this as a slight angle. Then scale by hitting S then Z, but this time we want to scale on the object's Z axis. To do this, hit Z once more, then we can elongate it for the arm. Shift D that part of the arm and move into position for the forearm. Some parts of our armature will need to rotate from different areas. You will notice a small dot in the center of our objects. This is called the object origin. This is the point at which the object will rotate. To move this, hit N to open the side menu, then check Origins here under the Tools, Options, Transform menu. You can now hit G and Z twice to move the origin along the object's Z axis. Position it here, then hit Enter. Now turn off the origin movement and hit R then X to try it out. You will see that our rotation is now in the right place to bend the arm at the elbow. Duplicate the shoulder to create the hand and put into position. You can move the camera and use just the G key to position objects if this is easier for you. So now we have some of our armature in place. If we select the neck and hit the R key, you can see that only the neck is being rotated. But it would be great if the head rotated with it too. Hit escape and click the head, then hold shift and click the neck. Hit Ctrl and P to bring up the parenting menu, then select Object. Now the head is a child of the neck. We can confirm this by rotating the neck once again, and yes, the head rotates along with it. Using the same method, we can parent up all of our other objects so far. This will mean we can rotate the shoulder and the whole arm will move, or the chest, and everything moves. Let's finish up the structure of the armature. If we select the shoulder, then hold shift and hit the right square bracket key a few times, we can select the rest of the arm. You can also hold shift and left click on each object. Then, with everything selected, hit Alt and D to create a linked duplicate. This is different to a regular duplicate in that it makes a copy, but if any changes are made to the objects, they will also be reflected in the other linked objects. We will look into this further later on. For now, once you have the new arm in position, select the new shoulder and hit F3. From this menu, you can search Blender for most commands. Search for Mirror X, then select Mirror X Global. This will flip the object on the X-axis and also any children attached to it. Pretty cool. Take that arm again and make a full duplicate using Shift and D. Then move it down to where the leg should be. We can tweak the parts by rotating them slightly. Shift D after selecting the chest and moving down to form the hips. You can scale this to be more of a sphere. Once in place, select the thigh ball and then the hips and parent up. Just like the arm, we can then select all of the leg and hit Alt D to make a linked duplicate and then hit F3. Your last command should already be there, so just select Mirror X Global again. Now our armature is ready. It's not pretty, but it will do the job. And that just about wraps up part 1 of this series. We have covered how to move, scale and rotate basic objects, used parenting to tie all the parts together, and mirroring to create the opposing limbs. With a little practice and persistence, you'll soon be on your way to making your ideas a reality. In the next part of the series, we will dip a toe into sculpt mode and learn about some fundamental brushes to shape our shiny new armature. If you're enjoying the series, consider supporting the channel by liking this video and subscribing. I also have a Patreon where you can gain access to videos like this before the rest of the world, along with lots of free miniatures created in Blender to study and print. See you all in the next part.